boy. And here we go. All right. So, people were getting suspicious last night because couldn't see the audience score. The audience score just wouldn't tally up, would it? And, of course, everybody's thinking something's going on. Also, on IMDb, I had someone from Hollywood that I know that is entrenched in Hollywood let me know that there was something going on with IMDb, and they erased or deleted like 2,000 reviews. And people, he said, you look on Twitter, people are losing their minds over this right now because they know what they're doing. So thank you, Hollywood friend. Also, you come and you look at this here. There we go. And what do we have here? Of course, right? Now, I say of course because we know when it's not a movie that's under any scrutiny or controversy, you can, to a certain extent, trust Rotten Tomatoes numbers. It's only when controversy rolls around, big controversy for a film or even a video game, like with The Last of Us Part 2, to where you have to question the scores, okay? But it's funny now because even the mainstream media has turned on a lot of woke garbage. So even the quote-unquote paid shills that everyone thinks that they are not liking this film. So normally, if it was a film that was not under any controversy or scrutiny, people would say, well, when the critics don't like it, the crowd usually does. So, but you have to keep that caveat in there. So, it is under controversy. The critics don't like it. All of a sudden, the fans do. Now, we all know that if you've been online long enough, that if you want the truth, you're going to have to connect dots. It's not just about going to this source or this verified source or this one that's proclaimed to be the truth. You can't do that. You truly can't. You're going to have to connect dots and do your own research on different platforms and with different people and kind of figure it out for yourself. We've all been through this before. You remember Captain Marvel? I'm going to make two comparisons here. Captain Marvel and Infinity War. With Captain Marvel, I mean, really, you only needed to go see it. And you knew it was not a hit. And it most likely did not make $1 billion. Why? Well, because all the theaters were empty. People were posting pictures of the empty theaters that they were in. People were also saying that the movie sucked. It was a man-hating movie. Misandry made men look like creeps. It made it retcon thing to make things and made her look like she was just the first Avenger and all this other stuff. And then you went on YouTube, you saw the reviews. The reviews were mediocre to not liking them. Some people liked it, but it was nothing like anything like Infinity War. So you got all that, plus the Rotten Tomatoes score. They took stuff down. People couldn't vote. People couldn't tell how they felt about the movie. People were saying it was brigaded, review bombed, but they didn't talk about how they had very suspicious verified 5 stars with very short reviews. Loved it. I loved it. Took the whole family. Stuff like that. Then you come around to something like Infinity War. Infinity War had great reviews, and Rotten Tomatoes didn't go down. People were posting videos of very full theaters with reactions to Thor landing on the battlefield through the Bifrost and throwing Stormbreaker, breaking the crowd up. Okay, compilations of this, okay? You went to YouTube. Everybody's reviewing it greatly. People loved it. It reached 1 billion. People definitely believed that. Okay. Oh, and I forgot with Captain Marvel, bunch of empty theaters, but seats were all sold out. Who was buying them? And I spoke to people in Hollywood, and they said that studios actually do this all the time to make their numbers look better. This is normal. Yeah. So you connect all these dots, loving reviews from YouTubers, loving reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. It's doing numbers, full theaters, pictures of full theaters, videos of full theaters, compilations of fans loving it, to something that had all type of question marks. Which one was most likely the hit? Exactly. So, with Snow White, what are we seeing? No one likes it. I haven't seen one review of one person that said that they liked it. Not one. I'm talking about on YouTube. I've seen stuff on Rotten Tomatoes, but nobody trusts Rotten Tomatoes in times of controversy because of this issue and past issues. You can't trust Metacritic neither because of controversy, like we had with The Last of Us Part 2. I don't trust any of them in times of controversy. I'm more likely to trust you during times of non-controversy, but still, I don't trust you. People do not trust mainstream media. Now, let's take a look at this. So, it appears, wow, the crowd, the audience is loving it for the most part, right? Click a clicky. I didn't take a look at this. So, top critics, all critics. Interesting. So, both of them hated it. Verified audience, which is very questionable. It's kind of like, Amazon. Just ways to have a whole lot of fake verified reviews. See, when I buy something on Amazon, for something, especially something that I plan on spending a lot of money on, I look at the reviews, but I also go to YouTube and I look at several reviews of that product and I figure out what I want to do. The difference is with Amazon, I can still get my money back. With this, I can't. And many people were posting in my comments, I can't believe you spent money on this. You wasted 20-something. I ain't waste 20-something nothing. Okay, I have a special deal. I paid 53 cents for this movie ticket. 53 cents for this movie ticket, okay? Tyrone gets the deals, all right? And the movie theater was very close to my house, so I didn't even have to burn a lot of gas, okay? Yeah. Look at this. Verified audiences, 71. All audiences, 21. That's a little funny, isn't it? It's funny how they'll talk about, like I said, the review bombing, but they don't talk about all the reviews that just seem to be a ton of bots bringing it up. So, I've watched several reviews on YouTube from different YouTubers, and even new ones. You know what I mean? I want to get a full spectrum, The only reviews I didn't watch are channels that I don't watch, like that I don't like. And if I don't like the channel, I don't watch them. However, if they're brand new, or if they're trusted ones, or whatever, I watch them. I wanted to see what people were thinking. Plus, doing my calculations with the quote-unquote so-called chills and the audience, and I'm looking at the varying numbers and variables and very possible botting on both sides of downvoting and upvoting the movie. I'm also looking at the fact that people hate woke, the fact that people can't stand Rachel Zegler, and her saying she doesn't need people's business. I'm putting all this together. See, I'm connecting dots that eventually bring me to my decision. This movie's a flop. People don't like it. People don't like her. People have problems with Disney. This did not work, and I can't believe you even tried to make it work, Disney. After we told you. When she was cast, people told you, what are you doing? They asked you, what are you doing? When her clips came out, stuff she was saying, people were saying, what are you doing? And then the snowball effect took effect with her continuing to talk. You had Dinklage having problems with little people being in the film. Then you took them out. Then you put them back in, but you put them back in CGI. But you did have a real dwarf in there, along with the 7 magical people who ended up being part of the guy that's supposed to be the prince that she falls in love. His merry bandit stealing. Like, this is not Snow White, and you still went forward with it. And I've always been nice to you, Disney. Even though you and other companies have put out garbage about myself and the rest of us collectively, saying that we're misogynists, saying that we're racist, saying that we're bigots, and all the mentally ill people on the planet that don't have proper critical thinking skills actually really believe it and harass us online. I've been nice to you the whole time. I've never called you idiots like other channels do, and morons, and prayed for your downfall like all the other ones. I've been nice to you. I've said, please just get back on track and give us what we want. I give the fans on my channel everything they ask for. They still get all the types of videos they ask from me for. They get them all. The only thing I don't do anymore are unboxings. Guess what? Because they don't ask for them anymore. Because my unboxings was of your stuff. Things owned by Disney. It was Marvel stuff and Star Wars stuff. People hate Marvel and Star Wars now. That's why I don't do them. They don't ask for it anymore, and they don't get views anymore. So as a businessman, why would I continue to do them unless I just wanted to do them? And there are videos I do from time to time that I'm like, this probably ain't gonna get no views, but I got something to say. You know what I'm saying? I still do what I want. So you can still do what you want, Disney, but you still got to give the people what they want. It's got to have that balance. And guess what? It's not truly a real balance. It's not perfectly balanced, as all things should be. It's not. You have to overwhelmingly please the people if you want to be successful. And you know this. I don't have to tell you this. Been successful for a long time, Disney. You chose this route. You chose to eat doo-doo. You are what you eat. You ate doo-doo, and now you're becoming doo-doo. Okay? So if you don't want to fully turn into a dookie sandwich, you're going to have to stop this and give the people what they want. Keep on doing it. You end up selling off. And I hear you're trying to sell Star Wars, and nobody wants to buy it because it stinks. Can't nobody save it but Lucas himself. The creator himself. He's the only one that can save it. If he wants to come back, you sell it back to him for pennies on the dollar, and he makes what he wants to make to fix everything. And that is when Star Wars will truly be fixed. Because you guys are, woo! You remind me of somebody in one of them stories that's 600 pounds, sitting on the couch, eating all day, and you got nothing but family members enabling you. And you're crying and whining about being overweight, and you're not really doing nothing about it. You're just continuing to do what got you there. 10 million subscribers. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off the woke we go. Hi-ho, 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 it's off the broke we go.